Um, Hello, hi. I've been at the residency for 9 days now, and I've realised it's really difficult for me to sit down and make videos. Not sit down and make videos, it's difficult to find time to collect the content to make videos. So here's just some random clips that I've been capturing in between my art making and my excursions, my hikes. This is the ocean, as you can see. We are really close to it. I spend a lot of time looking at the ocean. This was gonna be a little tour of the studio space. It's massive. Here's the communal area. We can make dinner here, sit and have coffee. There's always fresh coffee for us in the mornings. Very nice. And then I was going to take you further around, but I got scared because this place is huge. It's ginormous. It's an old fish factory, and there are nooks and crannies that you can hide in everywhere. There's a music studio, recording studio. There's a pressing direct to vinyl room. There's a room upstairs we're not even supposed to go into, but we do. There's a woodworking room. There's a metalworking room. There's a pottery room. There's a room for tumbling stones in. There's a roastery where they make their own coffee. I went for a walk on my first full day here, or second full day here, just along the coast. It was really beautiful. I stood by the sea and sang at the top of my lungs. It was very freeing to be in the middle of nowhere, singing out into nature. We don't often see these mountains, to be honest. The clouds are often incredibly low. The weather is bleak. That's the factory from far, far away. The clouds really gather in this fjord and sit very heavy on the mountains. We got driven up to the top of one of the mountains and we were above the clouds. That was cool. I did almost fall into oblivion. But that was cool. There's a local here who just every now and again is like, hey, I'm going to go for a drive. Does anyone want to come? And he's got this little kind of janky 4x4 that we all clamber into, and he bumps and bounces us up the mountain. This was the very edge, looking out over to the sea. The weather in Iceland changes really quickly. So when we set out on this drive, there was no cloud in the sky. And then suddenly this happened and we couldn't see anything. And then a few minutes later it cleared up and we got a really beautiful view. But this was a really cool trip. Thanks to Hafi for taking us. I've been having a really great time here. I've met some amazing artists, made some really good friends. The hosts are incredibly accommodating and kind, and the space is unreal. I've been painting, I've been printing, I've been doing a bit of sewing, I've written a couple of songs that I'm going to take into the studio hopefully next week. And then at the end of the residency, they have a concert hall and we're going to hold a little concert for each other. This is a little sped up, just my journey from home to the factory each day. It's a 6-minute walk down the hill through the village. And it's nice. It's really lovely to live so close. You can run back and forth if you've forgotten anything. It's a very odd little village. About 180 people live here. So it's very quiet. We don't see many people. They work out of the town, most of them. So it's really quiet, but it's lovely and very inspiring. And this is the factory, the building on the right. The left. Here we are. And then this is an incredible collection of stones. A lady used to live here called Petra, who all of her life was just fascinated by the stones and minerals that could be found in the mountains around here. And so she spent her entire life climbing the mountains and collecting the stones. This is some of the work I've done. This was a few days ago, so I've done a little bit more and my desk is a little bit tidier. But yeah, this is the studio room that we work in each day. Not everyone works there. There's some people we really don't see because they're out and about doing their own thing. This is me and my friend Tanya teaching ourselves how to throw pots on the wheel. Oh my days. This was a 35-minute long recording. I reduced it down to 35 seconds. This was a hilarious afternoon. This was probably my favourite afternoon of the whole trip so far. No one taught us how to do this. They just showed us where the clay was. We had to work out how to put the wheels together. We watched a couple of YouTube videos and just had at it. We used too much water. By the end of it, our clay was like peanut butter, but we had so much fun. And then this clip is from yesterday. We went on a hike up to a place called Hermit's Rock. It was really cool. It's so nice to spend time with the other artists and just be friends and not talk about art. It's really lovely. There is something so humbling about going hiking, because I always think my stamina is probably pretty good until I start climbing mountains, and then I remember I am not fit. I had hoped to go running every other day on my trip, but so far either the weather's been terrible or I've not been feeling very well. So that's not gone to plan. But hey, you know, we're not all perfect. Shut up. This was me enjoying just a little grotto that I found on the mountain, listening to the stream. And then so this last clip is, there were orcas in the harbour, and in these clips you don't see them. I did see them. I saw their fins, and they were so close. I wasn't lucky enough to see any of them breach, but my friend did, and then another couple of my friends came and they got in the car and drove to like chase them. But I was a dum-dum and I didn't go with them because I was like, no, they're right here on the beach. I can see them at the beach. So I just stood at the beach whilst they drove off. And they saw them more and I didn't, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, orcas, man. Just, I don't think I've ever seen whales. Oh, and then we're running to climb up the wall to like chase them, basically. I've never seen whales. I don't think even in captivity. So to see them in the wild, even just a glimpse of them, was so exciting and magical. Like, you can see my camera shaking. We were also, I'm like, they're there, I promise. They're there, right there. We were all so pumped in this moment. And I'm really praying that they come back, because I'm desperate to see them again and to see more of them. One of the girls, Natalie, had a drone and got amazing drone footage of them. There were 6 of them. I think one of them was a little calf. It was really exciting, and it's one of the things that I really love about this place is you get incredible, crazy, changeable weather, northern lights, and orcas. A dream come true. Anyway, okay, bye.